Today, I would like to throw some more light into the term or the furthermore details of Maya. What Maya actually is and what is the reason behind Maya. There would be hardly any people to be found in the world or in probably in the history who have discussed Maya or the reason of the Maya to a larger extent. Most of the time, if you are a non-dual seeker or a scholar about Advaita Vedanta, or you are interested in this particular subject, then you would most of the time you would see that people or the past scholars who have described, who has emphasized Advaita Vedanta, or in that with that regard, in that context, the inevitably the Maya will inevitably come. You have to discuss Maya. You cannot discuss Advaita Vedanta without discussing the Maya. But they have hardly discussed about the nature or the reason of the Maya. They always end up saying about Maya, which is, it is like that. Maya is, the nature of Maya is like that. So there has to be some detailed reason of Maya, I think. And to my understanding, Maya is, the reason behind Maya is, first, the term Maya is that which is not, as we all know. That which seems to be there, but it is actually not there. As if the water tide or the foam or the wave on the surface of sea, it seems to be happening there. It is very much seen there, but it's not in reality. But as the same way, in the context of non-duality, world is also seen like that. World is also accepted or considered to be an appearance. This world is an appearance, but it has no absolute or complete, absolute separate reality of its own. It is also the world, seemingly, supposedly, the appearance of the world is also based upon something. And that fundamental reality is the consciousness, which is roughly termed, although that has no name, but to paraphrase that is the consciousness. You have to give a name to something to make others understand. No, that's why. And the reason behind Maya, I find, to my understanding, is into the question itself, into the nature of consciousness itself. The very nature of the consciousness is the expression of Maya. It is the reason for how the Maya operates. The very reason of the Maya's, the nature of the Maya lies within the nature of consciousness. Because if you study consciousness, if you do self-study, then if you get into the nature of consciousness, that is to know something. The nature of consciousness is knowing. Whatever the things comes before it, it will know. The very inevitable nature or characteristics of the consciousness is knowing. When it will know something, there has to be something to be known. Inevitably, the other will appear. When the first will appear, the other will also appear. That other thing is Maya, which is known. When something will know something, then there has to be something, no, which will be known, which is to be known. That which is known is Maya. But if you see from an overall perspective, then neither there is a knower or the known. The entire thing, entire phenomena that is happening, it is the very consciousness that is reflecting, that is shining forth like a light from point A to point B. And throughout the distance, everything is throughout the distance, throughout the surface, everything is covered by the light. Same, in the same way, everything is covered by the consciousness. Whatever the appearances as world we see is nothing but consciousness, because there is nothing other than the consciousness. There cannot be anything other than consciousness itself. Consciousness itself is focusing, or should I say, reflecting itself to be the knower and knowing himself. It's not knowing something other, some other thing. It is knowing himself, because there is nothing other than this. So that's why the nature, the very nature of the consciousness itself gives a rise to the Maya. It's so simple. But I don't know why people get stumbled when it comes to describe the nature of Maya. I have read quite a few books where Vedanta is being described, Advaita being described, where Maya is not completely illustrated in a detailed way. They loosely discuss it. It's like over the surface. They give you some ideas and they just leave you. Your perspective will not be clear. Your concept will not be clear about the Maya. If you want to, that's why I say that if you want to know something, you have to make an endeavor on your own. You have to know, if you want to know something, you have to know on your own. You have to do self-study. Only you are the one who can know anything by yourself. No one can tell you about something, about yourself. You have to make that endeavor. Only then you can get to the core of something. So that is the nature of Maya. And this is how the Maya operates. The very job of the Maya is to, trick us, play tricks on us, making us fool of something, make us engaged into something which is not absolutely true, which is not real. Yeah, there is a practicality, there is a practical basis, a framework of the world. You have to operate in the world. You cannot sit at a place being a stone. You have to make endeavor, but you have to be aware of that fact also, that you are the one by nature who doesn't do anything, who is the pure nature, pure being, pure realization and pure consciousness. It is just there with its fundamental nature of knowing that creates the Maya. That's it. Thank you, friend, for your time. Take care of yourself. Namaste.